And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that brutal OST, because we have returned with the final qualifying match of the IEM Katowice 2024 America Server Closed Qualifier. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to this final best of 5, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hard Lead, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Basilisk. It is Trigger. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Mexican Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Cham. El Chamaco is here. El Chamaco is upon us. Oh boy, here we go. I unfortunately weren't able to catch this series. We're jumping in mid-series. Don't really know what's been transpiring between them amongst all these games. But we do know that Trigger was up 2-0 and Cham just fought back. He just took that previous game. He has momentum on his side. Can we force an ace match? Happy. We could. We're close. We are so close here. The pressure is on Cham. Cham going for a hatch pool gas opener. This is very Cham. This is a very unique opener to Cham. Usually we go for the gas before the pool, but Cham gets them at around the same time. Gets the pool first even. Just to be a little bit safer. Just to be a little bit more secure. As we are getting into this. Again, Cham typically an aggressive player in this matchup. Typically very high octane, very in your face. Very much so high pace and high tempo. And we'll see that if that continues to be the case here against Trigger. Everyone is coming in. I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. Now, pylons are on the way. We see Trigger just getting ready for his opener. We were able to catch a bit of the last game, actually. I was able to watch on one of the other streams, and I believe Trigger did go for a Stargate opener into third base, into Forge and Twilight Council. Looks to be something similar here. Based on this pylon placement, it should be a Stargate. There it is. Stargate is on the way. Oracle's on the horizon. Trigger isn't really one to deviate. He's pretty standard in his play, especially against Zerg. So I don't expect anything crazy like Glaive Adepts, but we'll see. We'll keep our eye on him to see if he does deviate from the norm. Until then, though, Dept is moving out. Dept is moving out across the map towards that third. We'll be threatening the mineral line. So far, the Queen and Lings are in position. Cham able to hold on. He'll be coming back in. Up! He wants a drone. He's gonna get one. One worker does get picked off. Not too bad. Not the biggest of pickoffs, but a pickoff nonetheless. I was listening to the Sejong Center version of Terran 1 to mix it up. I see. Unfamiliar with that mix, but I'm sure it sounds good. Sounds amazing. Behind this, Oracles are on the way. We're not going Void Ray first or anything crazy like that. Still just ticking. To standard play. Oracle moving out across the map. Does get eyes on the Lings. Cham looking to try and delay that third base, but Trigger is fully aware. Does have eyes on the Ling counterattack. As the Oracle dives in between the bases. Queens are in position. Spore still in production though. But looks like we will zone back that Oracle. To force it back. Oh, he wants the drone. Oh my god. As we do morph in that Evo chamber. Will we come back? Not quite. Not quite. As the Oracle takes a lot of damage, actually. The Queen's coming in for a surround. And the Oracle will fall. Big pick off. Trigger not getting any damage with that one Oracle. The second comes in, but likewise doesn't achieve much at all. Kills one worker. So far, Cham coming out ahead here in the defense. Behind this, there's a Twilight Council, there's the Forge, +1 and Blink should be on the horizon. Likewise, Cham going for his own Roach Warren here at around the 440 mark. Again, pretty safe play here from Cham. The Roach Warren's a little bit earlier than normal, but just wants to be safe. Just wants to be safe and sound. The Oracle's still Sharking around. They need to pay for themselves. They need to make up for that dead Oracle earlier. And meanwhile, Lings, they go for a counterattack. They catch a couple of probes. Not too bad. 2 workers will go down. There's that +1 and blink that we were talking about. Again, standard follow-up. As to be expected from Trigger. As to be expected. As the Oracle dips in, gets a couple more workers. Not bad. Not too bad. But again, this still pales in comparison to losing that Oracle previously. As I say that, we're making up for it. That's going to be 4 dead workers at this point. Nicely done. And Cham! That is an infestation pit. Now, I bring this up every now and then, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but Cham, he is one to go Swarm Host whenever he can against Protoss. Is this what this is, though? That's the question. We could just be looking to go for a fast Hive, for a fast Adrenal, but I'm feeling the Swarm Host, not gonna lie. It's like, it's Cham's comfort zone. You know, it's his comfort food. It's like pizza on a Friday night. Would like some pizza. Rocks are being knocked down. Infestation bit is done, and show us what you got. There it is. There are the Swarm Hosts. Again, no token Swarm Host this time. Actual Swarm Host here from Cham. And again, this is something that he does very often in this matchup. He's very fond of it. It is out of meta, especially because it's quite difficult to pull off. The reason why is because Blink Stalkers are so commonplace currently in the mid game, and Blink Stalkers are very mobile. It's very difficult to actually keep these Swarm Hosts alive and to keep them safe against the Blink Stalkers. So we'll see if Cham can pull that off. We'll see if he can preserve those Swarm Hosts, keep them alive and gain value. I believe so far unscouted. Shield batteries are on the way, cannons as well. Trigger turtling up, even some site defense in the main base actually. Oh my god. Swarm Hosts are moving out. So far avoiding that Oracle. And 10 Swarm Hosts in total, looking for a big Locust Wave towards that third. We could try to go straight for the Nexus. We could go for the Mineral Line or the Site Defense. What will we go for? The Roach Ravager distracting the Stalkers, and here come the Locusts! And they can go straight for the base itself. They go for the Mineral Line for a moment. They're going for the Nexus. Yeah, even with the overcharge, the DPS is just too damn high, and we will get a kill on this base. And this should trigger a counterattack. Trigger, we gotta go. He does move out for a moment. We do see Cham knocking down those rocks on the right hand side. Sage Trap does catch some of those Swarm Hosts. Trigger, I'm sure, sees this, is aware. It looks like we are going to be able to reset, get another Locust Wave into the main. Locust Wave right into the main base. What do we go for? Can we go for the Nexus itself or just the tech? I think Roach Ravager are going to be bypassing the army, or going to be dancing with the army. We go for the Nexus. No shot. Can we get it? Oh, it's going to be close to Stutter Stepping, and it looks like we barely will get the base. Just barely, just in time. And that is suddenly 2 dead bases. Trigger, he is hurting. And Cham is maxed out. Here comes another Locust Wave. Cham forcing his way forward, trading with the sentries. Resetting the sentry count almost. And for the final Locust Wave, we can go head-to-head with the main army. Cham, he knows how much he's done. He knows that he is ahead. Now, does the Locust Wave go towards the Stalkers or towards the would-be Nexus? As it just got back up and running, and we're going for the Nexus, going right for the base. Actually, going for the site defense, never mind. Cham is being surrounded. The Stalkers are coming in. They're collapsing in this position. Oh, and this Locust Wave was a little bit lackluster. I say that 11 probes did go down. Roach is going to be reinforcing. We clean up the Ravagers, though. Cham being forced back. He did throw down a Hydra back at home, but I believe we still are lacking upgrades. Hydra range, Hydra speed. Cham still heavily reliant here on Roach Ravager. We are waiting for another Locust Wave. And the main base still not quite up and running. We do get that third base, though. Locust Wave is coming in. Roach as they hit that third. The Stalkers are struggling. No shield. There's one shield battery out of energy. Let's pull back. The probes. Oh my god. These Locust Waves do so much DPS. They get a kill on the Stargate. Storm is on the way. The Stormhost, though, going straight right through the center. Can they get caught out? As roaches are coming in, they're going to be trying to distract these Stalkers, drag them over out of position. And here come the Stormhosts. Overcharge is popped. No Ravagers, by the way. But it may not even matter. The Stormhosts come in. We are 10 seconds away from Storm. 5. Storm will help, but it may just not be enough. Cham's snowballing out of control. Big storms. Oh my god, covering everything. Cham sitting in it, but it doesn't matter. He likes to sit in it. Takes the storms to the face. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game 5. It's happening. Oh my god. And again, this is how Cham plays EVP. Very fond of his Stormhost. Now, I expect him to do that once in a series. I don't expect that to happen again. I do love what Cham was able to accomplish there, don't get me wrong. It was some really good play, but from here, we should be seeing something a little bit different, as I'm sure Trigger is going to be that much more on notice when it comes to the Stormhost play of Cham. Regardless, GG, well played. One game left. Uno más, papi. Uno más. Meanwhile, it looks like we are losing some of our casters, unfortunately. It's okay, we're getting into this. Here we go. The air smash, the final game of our qualifier, the final game here of the IEM Katowice qualifiers to determine who is the last player to make it in. Who makes it? Is it going to be Trigger or Cham? It's going to be huge if it's, I mean, either player now that I think about it. I don't think either Trigger or Cham have gone to IEM before, to IEM Katowice. Yeah, I think this is going to be a first, if I'm not mistaken. Big spot. Big. Here we go. It is going to be on Oceanborn. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Basilisk, being forced into the ace match. It is a Trigger. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Mexican Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle, forcing the ace match, taking the last 2 games. Can he go all the way? It is Cham. Here we go. For now, Cham going for a hatch gas spool. Standard opener here from Cham. Everything should be normal in the early game here between these two, but the mid game, that's when things start to pop off, especially on a map like Oceanborn. We're loading into one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Rush distance by ground is short. This is a bit of a double-edged sword. If Cham wanted to go Swarm Host again, this wouldn't be a bad map for it, but if the Locust Waves are worse in any way, maybe a better way to put it, are worse in any way, then Trigger will gain momentum, and he would not be afraid, would not hesitate to counterattack and to try to punish Cham as well. So I wonder where this is going to take us. And again, a really big moment. I'm uncertain whether or not Trigger or Cham have gone to IEM before. I'm pretty sure Cham hasn't. I don't think Trigger has either. So yeah, it's actually really important for them. Like, this is a big moment for both of them in their careers. Trigger been playing too much Star Auction, Poppy. True. Unironically true. But Trigger's in form is what I should emphasize as well. Like, Trigger, he is very much so in form. He's a great player. Peaking here leading into DreamHack Atlanta, but so is Cham is the problem. Can Cham cause the upset? And I would call it an upset. I mean, I love Cham. El Chamaco. Big fan of Cham. Hang up the phone. Let's go. So for now, we do have our Stargate follow-up here from Trigger, or Stargate opener. As to be expected, link speed is on the way for Cham, pulling out of gas. Everything looking normal for the time being. We saw last game that Trigger actually wasn't able to get too much damage done with his Oracle Harass. I saw some really impressive defense from Cham, able to deflect those Oracles, minimize losses, and even get a kill on an Oracle without the Oracle killing any workers at all. It was a rough start for Trigger initially, which also impacted his inability to scout his opponents. Losing an Oracle like that meant that he had that much less out being active to get an eye on the tech and get an eye on what was being produced. And here it is, Void Ray. Let's go. I love this. The Oracles last game did no damage. They killed like one drone. They killed like 4 to 5 workers, which was okay, but not ideal. Going for the Void Ray like this is to shut down the Overlord, to keep Cham in the dark, and from here we can go into a couple of different directions. We can go into Sky Toss, we can go into Glaive Adepts, we can go into Standard Play as well, and Cham would have no idea. This is the power of a Void Ray first. And the question becomes, what's it going to be? Trigger, he's setting up for his third base, so not looking like Glaives, unless we throw down the Twilight Council now. Overlord gets shut down, third base is on the way. So far, everything looking normal. Everything looking as it should, not delaying the third base whatsoever. Going for an Oracle thereafter. Trigger, he's looking for more Overlords, hoping to come across them. Things are being forced back. And Trigger, we still haven't seen any tech yet. There it is! There's a Fleet Beacon. I was like, mate, where's the Twilight Council? Where's the Forge? What's going on? What is the follow-up? And we have our answer. And again, Cham has no idea because of the Void Ray that we are rushing into either Tempest or Carriers. Either or would work. I would imagine Tempest, but Carriers are also viable. Rushing into Sky Toss. Link counterattack here from Cham, trying to get a read on what's going on, trying to get a feel for what exactly is happening. Cham is still not quite with a lair. Taking gases. Void Ray coming in. I'm sure Cham is aware that this is a build that has been rising in popularity. He's going for a safety Roach Warren at that 5-minute mark. Fourth base is on the way. Cham still not fully aware of what's happening. Now, I believe there it is. It's going to be Carriers. So this could go one of two ways. We could either commit to Sky Toss, which I don't think is happening, or we make 4 Carriers and then we go into a Twilight Council and a Forge, a Blink Stalker +1, and Ground Toss. Now, bearing in mind, with this variation of rushing into Carriers, there's no +1. There's no +1 air attack, so it's that much more difficult to scout. That much more difficult to get a read. As Cham is double expanding even. Oh my god. Hyperfixated here on +1 melee, on Link production. Lair still on the way. With the completion of the lair, we can get into an Overseer Scout. There's the Forge and +1. So, sorry, there's the Forge and Twilight Council. So, again, we're only making a handful of Carriers and then Ground Toss. That's the goal here. That's the plan. Should be the plan for Trigger. Should be the plan. As Links continue to threaten that third, we don't see much, which is a bit of a tell. Roaches are amassing, but the Carriers still have not been revealed. We have 2, we're soon to have 4. Soon to have 4 Carriers. Ay, ay, ay. Things are being forced back. But we're going for the Spire, though. Looks like we have, yeah, we have accurately read this. The Spire will help. Now, we can't commit too hard into Corruptors. That's the problem. Again, it's still going to be Ground Toss. There's that +1 and the Blink, of course. There's the Gateway Explosion for the Mass Blink Stalker. This is going to be close. As here we go. Now we're moving out. Carrier soon to be revealed. Still not yet, though. Cham fanning out his lings. And it looks like he will come across the carriers. And now he knows immediately. How many queens do we have? 6. Oh, that is not a lot. This may just end the game. We have 6 queens to defend. Spore Crawler's now on the way. The Spire is finishing. We need to buy time. We need to buy time for the Corruptors. Carriers have arrived, and they should be able to get a kill in this base. There's just no saving it. No saving it. There we go. Corruptors are now in production. Ling's trying to go for a counterattack. Remember, it's only 4 carriers. From here, Templar Archives on the way. Ling. Round us. We kill 1 base and we're going for another. Cham double expanded. He's going to be losing both his 4th and his 5th. That is huge. It's becoming too much damage. Lings, they go for a counterattack. They catch a couple of adepts. They do get eyes on the Blink Stalkers. Roche is going for a counterattack, but again, they run into a ground army. They're breaking in. They're trying to. Another hatchery falls. Limited larva available here for Cham. But at least now he's aware of what's happening. He's aware of what is going on. But we are catching some of these carriers. So we get 1. We almost get 2. Alright, speak up. In chat, this isn't Radicet. Oh, this is commonly done outside of Radicet. We see this a lot on Alcyone. On, what's the other one? Hecate. Not as much here, though. Again, if you're familiar with Classic, if you watch Classic games, then you've seen plenty of this. On Site Delta. There's Cham back at home. He's still just amassing his army, trying to get a 4th up and running. Economically, Cham is behind. Cham is in a really rough place with it when it comes to his economy. Really rough. And as the dust does settle, as Cham is being allowed to have some time to double expand and get these bases up and running, Trigger's just chilling. He's happily chilling here back at home, transitioning his tech. Charge on the way, +1 air attack, +2. You can see Cham threatening a dive here, but Trigger, he's just taking a defensive position. He's not moving out, just chilling back at home, defending, saturating, holding onto his 4 bases. Hoping to absorb an attack from Cham. And Cham, he is amassing an army. He's maxing out on Ling, Bane, Roach, Corruptor. There is potential. If he can avoid the storms, if he can get on top of this army, then he can take a fight. But that's a lot of storms. It's a lot of High Templar. Okay, Bane's going to be backing up. Bane's speed still not done. Cham getting ready for a full surround. He wants it. So far, the storms are insane. Oh my god, massive storms on all the Banelings. The Corruptors, they dive on the carriers, but what about the Blink Stalkers? The Blink Stalkers, they clean up the ground army. The Roaches, the Ling Bane gets completely annihilated. The carriers may go down, but we don't care about the carriers. We never did care about the carriers. It's all about this, the Gateway Army. At the same time, Zealot counterattack takes down 19 drones. Hatchery falls, 5th base is under fire, and it looks like Trigger, he's snowballing out of control. It's just too much. Ay, ay, ay. Cham, I like the idea of the surround, but again, the storms were too good. Trigger was ready for it. And we're breaking in between the bases. The Roach Warden is under fire. GG gets called. It's just too much, and Trigger will take the series 3-2, qualifying for IEM Katowice 2024. GG. GG, well played. And Trigger does take it in the end. He's the final player to qualify. Congratulations. Congratulations to Trigger here. Went down to the wire, went all the way to the ace match. Part of me would have loved to have seen Cham make it through, but Trigger is the up-and-comer. Trigger is the up-and-comer. He's the young blood in the scene, and he's going to have another opportunity in February to face off against the best of the best players in the world at IEM. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be beautiful. Do look forward to it. Do look forward to it here. My condolences to Cham and to all the other players that did not make it through today as we have a look at that bracket. Again, congratulations to Gumiho, Bunny, Scarlet, and Trigger as they did make it through. My condolences to the players that did not, to DRG, Creator, Special, and Cham. They were not able to make it to IEM. They fought hard. They fought hard. They went the distance. But they did not make it. My condolences. My condolences. But at least they have DreamHack Atlanta to look forward to. DreamHack Atlanta is this weekend. This weekend here. This weekend of DreamHack Atlanta. Make sure you're a part of it. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be amazing. Going to be beautiful. A lot of StarCraft is going to be going on. We're going to be live on this channel covering it. We're not going to be covering the main event, obviously, but we're going to be covering the open bracket. The group stage of DreamHack Atlanta is going to be live here on the CranKy Ducklings. We'll be bringing you as much coverage as we can. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I am so tired. I only slept 2 hours. I slept 2 hours before the cast. I'm going to sleep for another maybe 4 hours because ESL Open Cup Asia is in 5 hours time. It's right around the corner. 5 hours time is ESL Open Cup Asia, so we'll see you then. We'll see you then for that event. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. Plenty of Korean StarCraft is going to be held here tonight on the channel. So if you're interested, follow us. Consider following us here. Consider following us here on the CranKy Ducklings because we are live every single day, multiple times a day, with plenty of StarCraft action. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you guys next time for some more CranKy Duckling action in 5 hours for ESL Asia, and tomorrow for ESL Americas, and the day after that for some replay costs. But otherwise, thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Otherwise, yeah, with that, we're going to be heading off for the night. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. I believe we're going to be raiding Chicken Man. Chicken Man, he is casting, I think, OC King of the Hill. I'm not entirely sure what he's covering, but so I think maybe some mid-season playoffs. So yeah, Chicken Man, he is covering some of those matches. So we'll give him a raid, give him some love, give him some support. Good stuff. Good guy. Fellow caster here on the CranKy Ducklings. Does cast sometimes as a guest. So give him some support. Otherwise, do appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Bye. Hasta luego, papi. Hasta luego. GG. Enjoy the outro.
Making history. Absolutely phenomenal.
And Ace is the champion of the Intel Extreme Masters World Finals.
Storm's still not quite done. MC is going to take this fight, though. 3 seconds left.
Last 2 rounds of matches got us started well for ESC.
And this is a massive move for Zez, but he's not content with just a Nexus kill. He wants to win. GG!
And it's all done. A flawless win.
Unbelievable Rogue with a 4-0 victory over Classic.
And they did it again in the grand final.